I was barely in the business. I was brand new, and this new listing came out right around the office, the street, right around the corner from my office at the time, and everybody was going on Caravan. And I must have been the first one out of the office to run up to it. And I go to the house and it was pitch black, and I'm opening the doors and I walk into the master bedroom. It was tenant occupied.
Oh, great.
And it was pitch black. I couldn't find the light switch or anything. So I go and I open the curtains, and lo and behold, there was a couple in
Oh,
bed
God.
that
Surprise!
oh, and I scared the bejeebies out of them, but they scared me.
Oh,
I seriously took me a while to like ever walk in a house alone for
traumatizing. We've had those traumatizing moments, and you can't even explain. But like, once that happens, every time you walk into the house, you're probably thinking, I got to make sure, you got that anxiety.
screaming, hello,
Yeah, yeah, I've had similar. Don't want to think about it. I still have trauma from it as well. So look, there's a lot of agents out there, newer agents and veteran agents, listening, and I'd love to get your take since you've done this so long, consistently building a business. What are some words of wisdom or some advice you would give, or things you may have learned, or things that you would say, hey, if someone's in the game now and they're really trying to break through in some way and trying to improve, what would you say to that person?
Mm. You know as well as I do, the business has changed dramatically in the time that we've been in it. And
Sure has. Yeah.
for me, what I think is actually kind of I don't know if it's sad, but it's the truth is that it's very hard to get started if you're not on a team these days.
Yeah.
The infrastructure, and I feel bad because I think it's a great, some people that want to do the business sort of part-time and get a couple listings. It's a great business model for somebody that, has other obligations. Maybe they've got small children or whatnot. But it has just become very competitive. Then, the teams can offer so much more. When I was, for many years, I was on my own and I loved doing that. I think that's very hard, right? And I've heard from a lot of agents, it's very hard to be on your own. But what I tell all my agents, and I stand by it, I've had some of them not believe me. The people that make the most money and do the best in this business work the hardest. And some people make it look easy. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. And if you're good at it, you make it look easy because you don't sit and complain about being on the phone till
Correct.
10 o'clock at night, or your phone starts ringing at 7, or you're working on weekends because that's when people are available. But it is hours in, hours out. And I tell them all the time, it's not for the faint of heart. It's exciting. It's amazing to get to know people at a time where they really need your help and help them transition to a new location, or, also dealt with so many people who had lost loved ones and had to move, or got transferred and didn't want to
Yeah.
move, or there's so many positive and difficult situations, and we get to be there. It's a privilege.
Yeah.
Um, and so my recommendation is, if you want to get in this business, you've got to put the time in. It is not, and you have to pick up the phone. I think the younger agents these days, they want to text and email. They don't want to call. And the results are very different.